again, it's Rebecca from Rebecca Reads YA Fiction, and I have recently finished the first book in a new series I'm reading, and it's called The Angel Experiment from the Maximum Ride series. I picked it up at Borders. I got it mixed up with the Gone series and the Hunger Games series mixed together, but I've seen it for a while, and I've seen different covers and the same type of book cover. You know, you can tell it's in a series when it's the same book covers. Anyways, so I picked it up thinking it was, I don't know what I was thinking. So the Angel Experiment circles around the introduction of the pack. What are they called? Flock. The flock of mutated children / birds. When they were babies, they were taken away from their parents or given to the school, which is basically a laboratory in California. Their genes were mixed with bird genes, so they came out like these mutated bird humans that basically they have wings and their senses are better and everything. The kids are pretty young. The oldest one is Max, and she's 14. And then Fang is probably 14 too. Fang is 14 as well, and he's a boy. And then there's Nudge, Izzy, or Iggy. Nudge, Iggy, Angel, and Gasman. They are all mutated birds that got away from the school a while ago, and their father of some sorts used to work at the school and helped them break out and taught them how to live, and then he went missing, and they all, concluded that he was dead. So they have been living on their own, and Max is, I'm guessing this is Max, but that's not how I picture her because she's supposed to be 14. Max is the leader of the flock in all shapes and forms, and, everyone really relies on her and stuff like that. There are also, I guess you could say, werewolves. I wouldn't wolfmen, I guess, because they're not humans that morph in. They are mutated creations by the same school, and they are called, I don't know what they're called. Erasers. They are called erasers, and they're basically wolfmen that are really evil and wolfy. They're mutated as well, and they are, they're being hunted down by them because the school wants them back for testing purposes. So the wolfmen / erasers get a hold of the littlest one, Angel, and they take her back to the school and perform really, mean tests on her to see her endurance and yada, yada, yada. The first half of the book is based on trying to get her back, trying to find the school, and then once they're there, getting her out. The second half of the book is when they get Angel back, they move out. They are all trying to find their actual parents. In the second half of the book, basically, they're in New York, and Max has this voice. They call it a voice in her head. And this is where the book gets a little cheesy. The voice is telling her, "You're destined for greater things, Max. You have to save the world." Like, Max, you have to save the world. Put down that cheeseburger and go save the world. It's really funny. But, they are young here. This is the first book, so I'm guessing they have to be the youngest here, and then they'll grow up. I haven't read any of the other books. So overall, it's really good. It's a little young for my taste, but I have a feeling that it will grow as the series grows, if that makes sense. James Patterson does have a line of young adult, young reader novels. So what I do know of him, he writes a little younger than what I think young adult is. It was enjoyable, and I'm still gonna continue with the series. Pros and cons. The number one thing I found so annoying with this book is the chapters. Get this, there are 134 chapters plus an epilogue. The chapters are literally 1 to 3 pages long. I'm not even kidding. There are a lot of chapters where, here's an instance. Right here, you see all this? You're already on chapter 43 by now. It's very annoying. Then right here is chapter 44. That is like a flip of a page. There are 2 pages in a chapter. I don't know why he does it. It's very annoying to me, and I have a bad feeling that all of his other Maximum Ride books are going to be this way, and I'm going to try my hardest to ignore it. If you're into the more young adult fiction, this isn't really for you. There wasn't any romance yet in this book, but there might be something brewing with Max and Fang. And all their names are just made up because none of them know their real names, except Nudge is named Monique for some reason. They might say their real name somewhere. I didn't pay enough attention to figure it out. I read it like 2 weeks ago. Oh, and it's also set up into parts. Really 134 chapters in here, so be warned that every time you flip the page, it seems like there's a new chapter. Maybe that doesn't bother you, but it did bother me. If you get annoyed by ticks in books, this might annoy you. They're birds. Not birds. They're humans with wings. Let's just put it that way. They don't like honk and like steal your sandwich. No, wait, that's not true. I was gonna say they don't honk and like you know, geese, they honk, and sometimes if you're not paying attention and you're in a park having a picnic, they'll come and steal your sandwiches. And I was gonna say they don't honk and steal your sandwiches, but these do because they're homeless and they steal people's food. Sorry. Okay, off topic. There's small events that happen. I'm not gonna, give that too much away because there's not really that much in this book to center around to be able to break it down into detail. Like I said, the first half of the book is basically introducing what the story is about and getting Angel back. And the second half of the story is them going to New York, find files of why they're mutating children. And it's kind of gruesome, child-friendly gruesome. It's just disturbing. Having children mixed with snakes and stuff, like they're scaly, like it's just, it makes you like cringe. As if children aren't bad enough. Kidding. Not really. The narration is done by Max, the main character in this book. It's kind of cheesy. Like the prologue. I'll read a section from the prologue, okay? Congratulations. The fact that you're reading this means you've taken one giant step closer to surviving to your next birthday. That's the first sentence. Put this book down. I'm dead serious. Your life can depend on it. When I first read that sentence, I was like, oh God, no, why did I pick up this book? If you can get over the narration that, describes things like that, it reminded me a little of the Series of Unfortunate Events series. And I liked that at first. Pulled back into that era of time when I thought that Count Olaf was the baddest guy ever. And I loved that era. But then I remembered, would you read that series again? Probably not. If you're reading a book and you have a couple of pet peeves about narration and stuff, I mean, I got over it. The narration, you get over it, but the constant chapters, that was the one thing that made me crazy. Overall, I'm looking forward to the next books in the series. I'm ready to see where it goes and waiting for and how it all pans out. So this is going to be a series I'm going to continue. So I don't see it going anywhere, but right now I'm planning on continuing this series. If you're planning on reading this book, I'm 17 and I found it a little too kiddish, but I still leafed through it, okay? If you're maybe 18, 19, 20 and you like the not crazy adult, but like, still young adult, but it goes there, this might not be the book for you. You might stop like halfway through it and just, wait a week and like you just won't be tempted to read it as much as you would another book. I'd say if you're around 14, 15, go for it. I think you'd like it if you're about 14, 15, or even 13. That's my review on it. So if you're a fan of the Maximum Ride series, and if you can tell me if it gets a lot like steamier or any better, or just tell me what you like about it, or tell me if you hate it, comment below and let me know.